Hello, my name is Aaron Skripek, and I'm going to be talking about the new exhibition in the National Gallery of Art, which was added in September of 2023. It covers contemporary Indigenous artists and their pieces, which have been added to the Upper East building of the National Gallery of Art. I'll be focusing on John Quick-to-See Smith, who is the curator of the exhibit. John Quick-to-See Smith, depicted on the left, was born on the Flathead Reservation in Montana. She is a citizen of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Nation. She is currently 83 years old, which means she was born in 1940, and is known for her paintings and printmaking, while also supporting Native American contemporary artists. In an article posted by the National Gallery of Art, Annabeth Guthrie mentioned, "Smith underscores the self-determination, survivance, and right to self-representation of Indigenous peoples in her selection of artworks." The National Gallery of Art is in Washington, D.C. Like I mentioned before, the exhibition is in the upper area of the East Building, focusing on nearly 50 different artworks created by living Native artists. The exhibition is viewable from September 22nd, 2023 until January 5th, 2024. The name of the exhibition is "The Land Carries Our Ancestors: Contemporary Art by Native Americans." The main piece I decided to focus on was "I See Red, Target" by John Quick-to-See Smith. She made it in 1992, but the National Gallery of Art added it to its permanent collection in 2020 after it was the first purchase of Native American art piece they had made. John focuses on the misrepresentation of Native Americans within sports on this art piece, which is visible through the Washington Redskins Super Bowl champions flag in the bottom left, and then there's a lot of red marks around, and then a comic book which is at the top, which focuses on the tomahawk chop. The next two slides I will focus on some insensitive names within sports that have been changed, and then more specifically the tomahawk chop. The now named Washington Commanders have an odd past. From 1933 all the way until 2020, they were previously named the Washington Redskins. During the time that they were trying to figure out what team name actually fit their team, they were simply the Washington Football Team from 2020 until 2022. The Cleveland Indians have an even longer past, where they started as that name in 1915 all the way until 2021, where in the 2022 season they changed to the Cleveland Guardians. An old tradition within the Atlanta Braves fan culture is the tomahawk chop. The crowd proceeds to chop their arm forward and back while singing a vocable during the game. The Braves organization has said it is not changing their name, but wishes the fans to stop doing the chop. The fans continue to do it anyways, which is heavily culturally inappropriate. These culturally inappropriate names and traditions are exactly what need to be changed. The art piece "I See Red, Target" is John Quick-to-See Smith's form of resistance, as she uses her paintings to show common stereotypes and misrepresentations within the world today and during her lifetime. It took 18 years for her art piece to finally get the recognition it deserves, being in the National Gallery of Art, but it is better to have that recognition than none at all. The battle against cultural appropriation within sports is far from over, though. Many professional, college, and high schools still have names and traditions that are based off of the Native American warrior of the past. I hope that in the future these also get changed, just like the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Guardians have done. The exhibition in John Quick-to-See Smith tackles all 6 of our course themes. For cultural appropriation, I See Red Target directly combats the cultural appropriation done by the Washington Redskins in the past. I'm really thankful that the Washington Commanders organization have pushed past this old name. Stereotypes. This exhibition breaks the common thought that natives are a people of the past, giving a voice to the artists that are currently resisting with their own art. Identity. Each of the different artists have their own stories, and they all form their own meaning of being a Native American, which really is just being an American. Colonialism. Although the gallery is on previous native land, just like the rest of the United States, the National Gallery of Art is doing their best to give back to the people through this exhibition. I hope other states and other galleries attempt to do the same. I combined resistance and survivance because realistically they are one and the same. The art pieces inside the National Gallery of Art really are resistant on their own, each combating course themes in their own way, while the exhibition in itself is a form of resistance of the cultures of the native people who not only live here now, but also the lives of the tribes who lived here before colonialism struck. Why do many people still not understand Native American culture? In my personal experience within high school, Native American culture and history is not being taught well enough. The content within my classes focused more on the colonists instead of both sides. For example, we learned about Andrew Jackson and how when he signed the legislature that really pushed more natives away, and then really only barely focused on the Trail of Tears. Old stereotypical movies are readily available for the public to watch without any warning. This may cause people of all ages to generalize who Native Americans are. My example of this was during our movie or film unit, where we learned about the camp counselors who dressed up as different tribes. Whenever you hear people you know use stereotypes or cultural appropriation, inform them about their wrongs and help them understand different cultures. Here are my key takeaways. Contemporary Native art is everywhere, but the world is now just starting to really notice it. I'm really excited about this because that means resistance is working, although it is slowly and surely. Native identities are being noticed more and more as time goes on, as proven by the National Gallery of Art. Even though colonialism happened, people are trying to repair it, although nothing really will compare to giving the land back. But it's just not realistic for that to happen in the United States. Cultural appropriation is getting better as time moves on, especially with the movements that are being emphasized within today's culture. This is my Works Cited page. Thank you for listening.